Hello my friends and welcome to another Super Mario Maker 2 video on my channel. Now if you guys have not seen my reaction trailer or my breakdown video that I did of the trailer, I encourage you to go back and watch those videos or watch them after this video to see how pumped and excited I am for this game. This was my #1 most anticipated game for the Switch, and I'm super excited that's a sequel, and now we are getting all these new details surrounding this game. A couple months ago, they released the first initial announcement trailer of Super Mario Maker 2, and they kind of blew it out, showing that they have slopes and Super Mario 3D World themes in the game, and along with additional themes as well, like the desert, the snow levels, and it's releasing in June. And at the time of this recording, that's about a month away. Nintendo is not done yet. They are still dropping trailers for this game, and they just dropped 2 more trailers. So we're gonna take a minute to look at these trailers and see if there's anything new or anything that we don't know about the game yet.
Here we go!
So we're gonna look at the first video here. It is Super Mario 3D World theme. Mario starts off in the cat suit. He gets the cat suit and he does a ground pound, and then we get confirmation that the dive that he does in the Super Mario 3D World games is in fact coming back to the game, because he dives right through the Koopa Troopa, which has a parachute on there. So this confirms that you can put any characters with the parachute, which is really cool. And we also get a good look at the piranha plants that are stationary, where they kind of just look at Mario and then they jump up and they have wings. So they kind of act just like they did in the first game, so it's just really cool that they're there. And just like the other game, the original Mario Maker game, you can have a thwomp activate a P switch. He activates it, turn the blocks into coins, the coins in the blocks goes through the tube, and you see a 28. And if we stop it right here, we get our first look at the bonsai bill for the Super Mario 3D World theme. But what is very interesting about this is that in the first game, in order to have bullet bills, you had to have a bullet bill launcher. Now it looks like in this game there's no launcher to be found, and it looks like you can just place the bonsai bill wherever you want, and then as soon as Mario gets close to it, it will automatically activate. He'll go in the direction that he's faced, so that's really cool that you don't even have to have bullet bill launchers anymore in order to have a bonsai bill in the game, or a bullet bill. I don't know if this is a bullet bill that's enlarged or it's a bonsai bill. I think it's a bonsai bill. So, and like in the original trailer, you saw them coming at the screen, and this is also our first confirmation that you don't have to have them just come at the screen. They can just go left to right or right to left. They can go horizontally in 2D, just like Mario. So that is awesome. So you can have them 2 different directions. So you imagine having a level where you have bonsai bills coming at you towards the screen and also going horizontally with you. That would make for a very terrifying level, and you have to like dodge them, and oh, that'd be amazing. But we're gonna continue this, and we go through, we see a 6, and we see more Goombas falling, and then you see a large Goomba with a parachute on top, which is confirmation that you can have the enemies big or small, and they can still have a parachute on, which is really cool. And then we get a first look at the thwomps for the Super Mario 3D World theme. They look good. Basically, it looked exactly how they looked like in the game. I don't know if they react different ways, but they act just like they did in the first game, where they don't drop until Mario gets underneath them or gets very close. So I don't know if you can make them go side to side, or you can make ones that continuously drop just like they were in Super Mario 3D World. But as of right now, they react exactly like they did in the first game, so that's kind of cool. And you see 2019 gets to the top, and then Mario dives with a bunch of coins, and then you see at the top, just like in Super Mario 3D World, when he's a Cat Mario, he kind of does like a little handstand on top of the flagpole. He slides down, and he does his victory screen animation, where he kind of jumps in the air, and you have a little meow at the end. And it gets confirmation that this game is coming out June 28th, 2019, which is after E3, which is very surprising. I actually thought it was going to come either right after E3 or before E3. So they're probably going to blow this game out at E3, just like they did the last couple years where they have one big game where they kind of just like focus on for E3. I'm guessing Mario Maker 2 is going to be the focus for E3 this year. So it's going to be really cool. We're most likely going to see even more details at E3 this year, which is really, really exciting. Nintendo dropped a new Japanese trailer. They show off even more of the game. So it starts off in the original Super Mario Brothers theme, and it kind of looks like a normal game, Super Mario Maker. You see some weird things happening. You see a blooper come out of the pipe, but there is something new that it is pointed out in this video as well. Now, in the original Mario Brothers theme, you can only have green pipes in the game, but it looks like now you can make multicolored pipes in any of the themes, because we see like kind of like the reddish, goldish, orangish pipes in this picture right here, which is the first time we've ever had anything but green in this theme. So that's really cool. So it looks like you can change the color of any pipes for any of the themes, and I'm wondering, is it just the color, or maybe it has different properties, like maybe it shoots out enemies at different rates, or maybe you can change the rates. Maybe the colors have nothing to do with how fast they shoot out enemies, but you can basically change how fast they shoot out with any of the colors. I don't know. I'm guessing a certain color was going to do different functions with the pipes. Maybe blue ones will shoot like cannons. Maybe the red ones shoot out faster. The green ones are normal. Maybe the blue ones kind of shoot out slower. We don't know yet, but it is exciting that we do have different colors of pipes. Yeah, you see basically everything looks just like it did in the first game. He goes up through the pipe and then comes out of Super Mario 3D World. I think these are just different levels that they just kind of screenshot together. So I don't think that you will be able to switch themes by going through a pipe. I wish you really could, but I think they're gonna make it for if you make one level, it has to be in that same theme the entire level. So, which makes sense. If you look off to the right, you get another look at the little cloud guys that kind of shoot you up in the air. So that's cool to see them. Mario climbs to the top. He does a little spin attack. So far, everything looks normal. He's playing a Kaizo level. He lands on the P switch. But right before he goes up the pipe, you notice the POW blocks drop. I know in previous games, you can either have a POW block that you shoot once and it'll basically kill everything on the screen, drop everything on the screen, including coins. But I wonder if these ones, maybe you can hit up to 3 times, which would be actually really cool. Then that'll be a cool kind of puzzle type element that you can add in levels as well. There could be 2 different types of POW blocks, or maybe you can just change the properties of any type of item or enemy in the game. And if you can, this game will have a heck of a lot more customizations than the first game ever had. I don't recall seeing a normal POW block in this game yet. If you can have one POW block that you hit once or throw once, and that's done, and then you can have another type of POW block that you can use 3 times. That'd be really cool. So then Mario goes up the pipe, comes out to the Super Mario 3D World theme. If you pause it right here, off to the left, you see Goombas. You get kind of a confirmation that they do kind of act like they did in Super Mario 3D World, where as soon as they see you, they start charging at you. And you can tell because he kind of gets like a mean look on his face. He charges Mario for a little bit, but it looks like once he gets out of sight or gets a certain distance away, he kind of stops charging you, just like he did in Super Mario 3D World. So that's cool that the Goombas kind of react differently. I'm guessing they're just going to be like this for this mode. And you also get a first look at the cloud platforms that we saw in a screenshot that we'll get to later in this video as well. I'm guessing these are Super Mario 3D World's variants of the cloud platform that we had from Super Mario Maker 1. And then Mario slides down, you see different kind of enemies from the 3D World style. Mario gets the cat suit, and we get our first look at the little mouse guy from Super Mario 3D World. I forget what his name is, but they are most commonly seen running on the little wheels in Super Mario 3D World. Now, he's not running in this one, he's just kind of staying stationary and he kind of jumps at you. But I wonder if you can also have an option where they will be running as well on those little platforms. I don't know yet, but that's really cool. Mario dives straight through them, so again, you can dive through any of the enemies. If you look right before he goes up the pipe, look up to the right, you see the ant troopers, and this also gives you confirmations that they can climb on walls and ceilings, and that's pretty cool too. They are a welcome addition to the Super Mario Maker game as well. So I'm really excited that they're here. Mario goes through the pipe, and you get another new look at 3 different types of enemies. Now, again, you see the Bonsai Bill, and now when the Bonsai Bill is coming at you through the screen, you see this launcher, but I thought it was interesting that there wasn't a launcher when they are facing horizontally, so that's kind of interesting. So maybe they only come out launchers from the back, just for it looks like they're coming out from something. What's even more exciting that we get our first look at the bully, which we have not seen since Super Mario 64, I believe. Now, I don't know if they're going to act like they did in those games. If you watched my breakdown trailer, I gave a little video of how they worked in that game, where as soon as they see you, they kind of charge at you, and they just like kind of bump into you and try to push you off the cliff, but they didn't damage you. So I'm wondering if that's how they're going to work in this game, where they're not going to damage you, they're just going to push you off of platforms and stuff. And that'd be a really cool either boss fight or enemy that will kind of prevent you from maybe jumping to a platform that has them on there, and if you fall off, you're dead. So I mean, these enemies can be very much a nuisance, and it would be really interesting to see how people utilize them in levels. And then if you look to the right, we get a first look at the little bee enemy from the Super Mario 3D World games. Now, in those games, they kind of stayed at the same level that they are originally placed. So if they're like 2 blocks high, they kind of stay at the same level, no matter if there's something below them or not. And it looks like it kind of operates this way, and it looks like he's kind of staying at the same level. He's not dropping or going higher. So that's pretty cool. Even though he sees Mario, he's not going up in any way. And then when you get to the top there, right above the bee, you see the horizontal bonsai launcher again with nothing, not launching from any kind of launcher whatsoever. It just kind of appears there and blows up into a different variation of the creeper piranha plant. In the original trailer, they were pink, and this one is blue. In Super Mario 3D World, there was these 2 different variants. The pink one kind of keeps moving on its pathway back and forth continuously, when the blue ones kind of are sleeping in the game. And I think when you got close to them, they activated. It looks like they kind of operate the same way in Super Mario Maker 2, where they kind of just stay where they're at. So maybe you'll have 2 different variants where the blue ones kind of they stay where they're at until they see Mario, and then you have the pink ones where they continuously move on the track. So it's kind of cool that they have these 2 different variants in the game. As you can see, the blue one is still sitting there, and the pink one is moving along its path. So I like that they have these 2 different varieties of the creeper piranha plants in the game. So that's a welcome addition as well. And again, you see another bee, another bonsai bullet to the right, acting exactly how they have in the game thus far. Then Mario drops onto the Super Mario 3D World variant of the donut block, where he stands on there for a certain amount of time, and it drops, and he goes into the pipe. And this trailer also gives us first confirmation of that the sound effects from Super Mario Maker 1 are back, which is awesome. If you go through the trailer, it looks like they're still all the same as they were in the first game. There was nothing new that I saw. They just some of them sound a little bit different, so but I'm really, really glad that sound effects are back. And we're gonna have troll levels where if you fall down a pit, people are gonna laugh at you. They're gonna have that laughing animation, and it gets you every freaking time. So again, unfortunately, that is back as well. But what's more interesting in this little segment here, you see confirmation that they will have multiple colored pipes. We have a pink or reddish pipe along the top, and then we have a blue and a green. And if you look at the red one, when Mario's going through this one, you notice that the fireball, I feel like this one's coming out of the pipe a lot faster than they were in the first game, which might give us confirmation that maybe the different colored variants make the enemies come out faster or slower, depending on which pipe you use, which is very, very exciting. And if you look at the blue and green pipe, about a new enemy that was not in the first game, which are the, I think they're called peekaboos, where you have boos that kind of slide along the path. Instead of having, in the first game, we just had the original boos where they'd fly, through the level, chasing after Mario, and when you face towards them, they kind of stop chasing you. But these guys kind of just stick to the floors or stick to platforms, and they kind of pop out and then go back in and kind of reappear in different spots, which will make landing on some platforms kind of more difficult. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I think they were in the first game, but let me know in the comments below if you remember if they were in the first game or not. I'm pretty sure they were, now that I think about it, but I'm not really sure. Regardless, they are a welcome addition to the game. And it looks like they're going in and out on pipes, and so you can add enemies on pipes now without them actually coming out of the pipe, which is very interesting. And then we get, above the green pipe there, you get another look at the big blocks that are in Super Mario 3D World. Now, there's bricks on top of them, so I'm wondering if you hit that exclamation point, will it destroy the bricks above? Maybe if you put blocks on top of that, it'll make the big platform blocks, maybe they'll come out to the right or in another direction. So maybe because the top and the left are blocked, maybe it will come out to the right and it will destroy the creeper piranha plant. And what's interesting is that where you see that creeper piranha plant, you see the P switch and the 2 POW blocks, and those POW blocks are not sparkling like they were in the last trailer. So we do have solid ones back. So I'm wondering if there aren't 2 variants of POW blocks, just like I speculated. And then you see a normal Big Boo coming out of the red pipe, and then you see a bunch of the bees, and again, they're just kind of flying in the spot where they were. They're not flying up or down. They're just kind of, they kind of just fly towards Mario. At the same level as they were placed, so that's kind of cool, and see how people utilize them. You might use them as platforms even, since they just stay where they're at mostly. So maybe you have to jump on their head to get to a higher level. That'd be kind of a cool little platforming, or even for Kaizo levels, that would be really interesting. In this last part where Mario does the dive, you can have the cat paws attacking Mario again, just like you did in the first game. You can also not only have enemies on parachutes, but you can have items and coins as well falling from the sky, which was expected. So it's a nice welcome addition. That's cool that you don't have to have coins stationary in this game. You can have them just flying, and then you can collect them. And I like that. I like that there's different varieties, different variations of things that you can do. And again, you see Mario in this cat suit and doing the ending animations again. That's the end of that trailer. So that was cool. That had a lot more new details in it than the other trailer did. So and that was just released a couple days ago, which is really, really cool. But we are not done yet. We had some screenshots come out courtesy of GameXplain. In this first screenshot, we get our first look at the ice theme in Super Mario 3D World. And what's really cool, we get a first look at the ice blocks, which look really, really good. They're see-through, which they were solid in the last game, and and just like everything else, they have a 3D effect. I just looking at this is beautiful, and I cannot wait to see levels and make levels. These look more 3D than the Super Mario Brothers U style ever was. I love this style, and I'll be probably utilizing this style more than any other style, and I love this. For the first time ever, we can hang icicles from the top of the blocks. Now, I'm wondering, okay, so in previous Mario games, whenever there were icicles in the game, whenever you were directly underneath the icicle, it would automatically fall on top of Mario. Now, I don't know if that's how they work in this game, or are they just there for decoration? I'm guessing because we see one missing along the top there. I'm guessing once Mario goes underneath the icicles, they will automatically fall, and that will make some really dangerous levels. So if you have a bunch of icicles, you either have to run really fast, or you have to like dodge them. That would be really, really cool. But once they fall, they usually either spawn after a certain amount of time, or they're just gone for good. I think they're just gone for good, which is really, really cool. That would be a nice addition to have, like maybe like in a castle level or something like that, to make it level a little more dangerous. And we get our first look. I forget what these enemies are called, but in Super Mario 3D World, we have these little creatures that come out of lava, and they kind of just fly over in like an arc shape. And they jump out of lava and they go back into lava. But what makes this interesting is that they look like lava in this screenshot, but there is no lava in this at all. So you can just have them spawn just onto the screen. Like maybe they'll just fly onto the screen and then out of the screen. So you don't necessarily need water or lava or acid or anything that they need to jump into. So they can just jump into thin air and jump out of thin air. You don't have to have them just in the lava theme. You can have them in the ice theme, which would really make it cool, because you can make your own like fire and ice level. I always thought that was really cool to mix like fire and ice elements in a level. So that is really, really, really cool. And I'm really excited that they're in there, and they're really huge too. Like if you had a couple of those on a level, that could make a dangerous level, and you have to figure out like where they're gonna jump to and from for you don't get hit by them. And then to the left there we see another look at a blue creeper piranha plant, and the most exciting thing that I've seen in this screenshot, we see our first look at the final boss in Super Mario 3D World, which was Meowser. I'm not sure if that's his actual name, but I'm pretty sure it is, where it's the cat variant of Bowser, which is cool because now that we have confirmation as well that we get different variants of Bowser, not just Bowser and Bowser Jr., which is really, really exciting. I think Meowser is a welcome addition and a really cool boss, so I'm really excited that he's in this game as well. In the next screenshot, we don't really see anything different. We just seen kind of it looks like just someone building a Super Mario 3D World level. The only thing I see that's new here is that you can pin your icons along the top, so maybe, because what I'm thinking happens if once you pick a new element to put in a level, it kind of scrolls everything to the left, so whatever's on the furthest left will kind of just drop off, and everything will kind of just keep moving. But if you have them pinned, they'll stay on your top screen. That way you don't lose them, because if that's an item that you use the most, then it will stay on your top bar there, and you will never lose it, which is actually kind of cool. And then we see a path that the blue creeper piranha plant can take once Mario gets close. So that's really neat. So they kind of just draw a pathway just like you do for the other one. But that's all I see in this screenshot. So we're going to move on to the next screenshot here. In this screenshot, we see the original Super Mario Brothers theme once again, and we see a big Mario. Now, the only way you can make a big Mario in the original game was if you had the pixelated Mario amiibo, and once you did that, he kind of grows big, and he was able to plow through blocks in that game. But what was weird is when you did that, it kind of put mustaches on all the enemies, and in this screenshot, there are no mustaches that are on any of the enemies. So I'm wondering now if you can do the same thing that you can in the first game, but now it just doesn't change the enemies in the level, which is kind of interesting. And another fascinating thing that I see in this screenshot as well is in the first game, when you put dry bones in the water, they turn into the dry bone fish. And in this screenshot, you see the dry bones underwater, but they are still dry bones. So maybe in this game they no longer change. They change into the dry fish, and now you can just have dry bones walking underwater, which is really cool. And I'm actually kind of glad. I didn't really like when they turned into the fish, so I didn't really ever utilize them in the underwater levels. And we'll also get our first look, a level that has water, half of water and half of a regular level, looks like in the original Mario Brothers theme as well. And that is another welcome addition, and I can see a lot more possibilities with like half underwater and half regular levels. But it looks like all the enemies also kind of just react exactly how they did in the first game. So we're going to go to the next screenshot here. In this screenshot, I don't know what the heck this is. It looks like a claw game with the Super Mario Brothers 3 theme. But this is our first look at the desert theme with actual sand on the bottom. And you can have slopes. What I think would be a really cool addition is if they had the quicksand from Super Mario Brothers 3 as well. We have not yet seen confirmation of the quicksand, but it'd be a really nice welcome addition to have in these levels. I have no doubt that they will be in the game in some form, either as DLC or in the game itself. But let's take a look at anything new that we see in here besides the theme itself. I don't know what this claw thing is. That was definitely not in the first game. It looks like you can put enemies in it, or maybe when you're underneath it, it'll grab whatever. So maybe it'll grab Mario, grab items, grab enemies, which is all confirmation that that's what it does here. I'm not sure what it does. It looks like it goes along the track there, but I'm not sure what it does. Like maybe if Mario would get caught in there, what would happen? Do you like maybe press buttons or do something to get out of it, or maybe you can just like hit enemies, or they can hit you and damage you, and you can grab the items from there. That can be a really interesting level to have if you have these different kind of claws that will come and go after you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the first game you couldn't have piranha plants hanging upside down from blocks. In this screenshot, you see the piranha plant hanging upside down, which is very interesting. So maybe now we can get confirmation that piranha plants can not only be on the ground and on pipes, but you can also have them hanging upside down from blocks and on the ceilings too, which would actually be kind of cool if you had like a fire piranha plant hanging from the bottom. And I'm pretty sure you couldn't put them upside down like that in the first game, so that'd be a cool, nice addition to have in this game as well. In the next screenshot here, the Super Mario World theme. I'm not sure if it's the airship or if the sky theme is a separate theme this time, but we get a good look at what the bonsai bill looks like. Going sideways, and again there's no launcher, so again it looks like you can just place them anywhere in the level and it'll just go in the direction that they're placed once Mario gets close, which is really cool. We get the cloud platforms. I'm wondering if they changed the cloud platforms in this game from what they were in the first game, which they were just kind of separate blocks in the first game. So now you can make whole cloud platforms, and I'm wondering if they either will disappear after you stand on them at a certain period of time and you can go through them from the bottom, or do they just stay stationary? We don't know yet, but that's really a nice welcome addition. And it looks like there's a creeper piranha plant coming through the side of that one cloud on the right hand side there. But it doesn't have the same type of body that a creeper piranha plant has. I'm not sure if they changed the style of the piranha plant in just this theme, or is that something completely different? Maybe it's confirmation that we can have vines in the game, which Mario can climb on, and you also see another vine-looking thing coming out from the bonsai bill on the left-hand side as well. Also in this screenshot, we see a new enemy, these little, the little turnip guys from that game as well. I don't remember what they do. We see Lakitu on top there. And we see a new platform, which is a rainbow platform, and it looks like enemies can walk on top of it, but I'm guessing what it is, it's a solid platform from the top, but Mario can go through them from the bottom. I'm guessing that's how that works, and you can just have them in anywhere in the level. It looks like we have a lot more varieties of platforms in this game than we did in the first game. And in this screenshot as well, you see bubble guys that kind of shoot you in the air. This also gives you a look at that. He can also do that with enemies as well, because you see the bomb kind of just floating in the air and probably going up to the next platform to the right. And once again, in this screenshot, you see confirmation of the different colored pipes. We have the blue pipes, the green pipes, the red pipes, and the yellow pipes. The next screenshot, it looks like Super Mario Brothers U theme, and with the Starry Night background. And in the original trailer, when you had the Starry Night background, you only had the acid at the bottom, but this one looks like lava, so maybe you can just change the different. Lava is not just stuck with one theme. Maybe you can add water to this as well. So maybe you can just add water, lava, or acid in any of the themes that you're in, which would be really, really cool. So once again, it gives us a little more variety. Now, that is it for the analysis. 2 new trailers that Nintendo just released for Mario Maker 2 and different screenshots that they released in the magazine. But Nintendo also just announced that if you pre-order the game, right now it's just official for Japan and UK, but if you pre-order Super Mario Maker 2, you get a Super Mario Maker 2 stylus with the game, which is awesome, because I was a little worried about using the touchscreen to make levels, because on the Wii U you had a stylus which make precise movements and creating levels a lot easier. And I know when you use the touchscreen with your finger, it's a little more difficult, because I have big hands and big fingers, and it would make it a little more difficult to make levels, and a stylus would be a nice welcome addition. So I pre-ordered the game, and I'm hoping it is confirmed for United States as well, because that would be really cool if we got that. And it's kind of nice to get a little pre-order bonus. They don't really do pre-order bonuses anymore like they used to, so that would be a nice welcome addition to have along with Super Mario Maker. So that is it for all the new updates for Super Mario Maker 2, guys. What was your favorite thing that they unveiled about the game thus far? Are you excited for the game? Are you going to buy it when it comes out? Because I already have it pre-ordered, and like I said in my analysis video of the first trailer, this is going to be a staple for my channel moving forward. You're going to see a lot more Super Mario Maker videos. I have a lot more Mario Maker videos coming out before the game releases of things that I want to see that we have not yet been confirmed for the game. I'm going to have those videos coming out over the next few weeks and months, and when Super Mario Maker comes out, you most definitely will see different variety of videos from me. I'm going to be making levels, I'm going to be playing levels, and I'm going to be live streaming this game each and every week. So look forward to that, guys. I am super excited for this game. I hope you guys are too. And if you guys liked this video, please leave a like. And if you have not already, and if you want to stay up to date for all the videos that I upload about Super Mario Maker 2 in the future, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss a single video that I upload in the future. And until the next video, guys, and until Mario Maker 2 releases, and until any new news that comes out on Super Mario Maker 2 in the future, this is 1UP Level Up. Until the next video, guys, goodbye.